It's Friday, July 28th, and this is your coffee break on the HAN Network. I'm Kate Czaplinski with the latest local news, including carjacking suspects arrested in Trumbull, an update on yesterday's accident on Route 8, and later on, a look at the top stories of the week. Frank Granito joins us with a look at the forecast and a Nutmeg Sports update later on, and Donna Lang will have a look back on this date in history. But first, in an update on a Shelton accident we brought you yesterday, 2 people were transported to the hospital following that 2-vehicle crash heading southbound near exit 12 in Shelton yesterday. At approximately 10:03 in the morning along Route 8 between exits 11 and 12, that 2-vehicle crash with a serious injury occurred. Extrication was required, and according to the public information officer for the state police, Kelly Grant, 1 person was transported to St. Vincent's Medical Center and the other to Bridgeport Hospital shortly after that crash closed the northbound side of Route 8. Now, all lanes were reopened by 2:50 p.m. according to state police. And in other news, Connecticut police are searching for 2 missing children who may be driving their mother's car. Police have identified the missing girls as 12-year-old Rebecca Hernandez and 9-year-old Juliana Hernandez of Hamden. Now, the girls were last seen Thursday evening. Both children have brown eyes, brown hair, and were last seen wearing black T-shirts. Police said their mother's 2016 Nissan Altima also disappeared from the driveway around the same time that the girls went missing. The car has a license plate of AA56013. And in other news, Trumbull police have arrested 2 suspects believed to be responsible for a gunpoint carjacking in Twin Brooks Park on June 22nd. According to Trumbull police, a 69-year-old man was sitting in his car at about 2:30 in the afternoon when a young male came up to his door, pulled it open, and pointed a handgun at him. Well, that male ordered the victim out of the car and began pulling on his shirt, but that elderly man refused the suspect's demands, and the suspect gave up after the defiant victim would not surrender his car. The victim and other witnesses said the suspect fled in an older greenish-gray car in the direction of Beach's Pool. About 20 minutes later, Fairfield police received a report of an attempted robbery on Easton Turnpike. An officer stopped an older green Honda leaving the area with 2 males inside. Both the driver, 19-year-old Geraldo Coelho, and the 17-year-old passenger, both of Bridgeport, were arrested after police found a BB gun in the car. Well, Trumbull police investigated and determined that those 2 youths were also responsible for that attempted Twin Brooks robbery. Coelho has since been charged with having a weapon in a vehicle and conspiracy to commit first-degree robbery in connection to that carjacking. Bond was set at $50,000 for an August 8th court date. In addition, Coelho is facing multiple charges in Fairfield, including first-degree robbery, burglary, and conspiracy charges. The other suspect in the case has also been charged, but he has not been identified because of his age. And Milford police arrested a local couple July 26 after a car chase and then a foot chase that ended when the couple was found hiding in a garage in Bridgeport. According to a police report on July 26 at 2:45 in the afternoon, the Milford Police Tactical Narcotics Unit spotted a 2002 Honda Accord, later learned to be stolen, being driven erratically south on North Street and onto the Boston Post Road. Well, patrol units tried to stop the car on the Boston Post Road near Plains Road, but that driver failed to stop for the officers and sped onto I-95 South. With the help of the Stratford police, the vehicle was located in Bridgeport. The occupants tried to flee on foot and were apprehended, hiding in a nearby garage. Now, the operator was identified as 21-year-old John Budnovich of Milford, and the passenger was identified as 20-year-old Jacqueline Novak of Milford. Heroin and related paraphernalia were located inside the vehicle. Both face several charges and will appear in court on August 22nd. And Hearst, Connecticut media reports that a Stratford man who just completed his probation for selling drugs was arrested after police said he was found packaging and selling heroin. 29-year-old Ronald Gator of King Street was charged with sale of narcotics, possession of narcotics with intent to sell, as well as operating a drug factory, and 2 counts of risk of injury to children. Gator was released after posting a $25,000 bond. Police said they recently received information that he was selling heroin in Stratford and Bridgeport. Undercover officers made 2 purchases of heroin from Gator, according to police. They said subsequently that they raided Gator's home, battering down his door when he wouldn't open it. During the search of the apartment, police officers said they found Gator's 2 young children, along with 82 folds of heroin stamped with Gator's Ladybug brand. Police said they also found heroin processing and packaging materials. And state police shared a photo of a suspect they say stole from a room at Housatonic Community College earlier this week. On July 25th at about 6:45 in the morning, a male suspect entered a room where several items were taken. Reported stolen were a black iPad, a black Galaxy S6 phone, and a black iPhone 5. The suspect is described as a black male, approximately 5'5" to 5'8", 150 to 180 pounds, and wearing a gray t-shirt, green cargo shorts, and black sneakers. Now, that suspect was seen exiting the college at about 6:50 and observed walking northwest on Lafayette Boulevard toward State Street. The suspect was then seen crossing State Street heading toward Broad Street. Anyone who thinks they may have any information about the identity or whereabouts of the suspect is encouraged to call police at 203-696-2500. Police say all texts and calls will remain confidential. But switching gears now, let's throw it over to Frank Granito for a look at the forecast. Frank.
Thank you, Kate. And originally what looked like it was going to be a thunderstorm and showers-filled day is actually showing some sunshine right now. Very humid outside, a high of 83, partly cloudy skies, and they're only going to get cloudier as we move later and later into the day. It'll be cloudy overnight with a brief shower or two very late and into the early morning hours, and those will carry into Saturday morning. It'll be a little warmer on Saturday, but not as humid. There's going to be showers on and off throughout the day. Very windy out with gusts reaching upwards of 28 to 30 miles per hour. A high of 77 tomorrow with a low of 60 overnight as it will start to clear up closer to Sunday morning. Sunday looks like it's going to be a great day though. Mostly sunny, less humid, a high of 81, a light breeze around 10 miles per hour as we round out the weekend. Getting ready for the start of next week, which looks like we'll continue on with those sunny spells. That's going to do it for this weather update. Let's throw it back over to Kate.
All right, thanks so much, Frank. Well, we're going to step out for a break. When we come back, Donald Lang will join us and take a look back on this day in history. Frank has your Nutmeg Sports Update, including some baseball highlights, and we have more local news coming up after this.
Now teeing off, Paul Miller from Miller Nissan in Fairfield.
Excuse me, Mr. Miller. What about my new Sentra?
Right now, lease a 2017 Sentra S for only $97 a month.
He is never going to retire.
At Pure Barre Ridgefield, our tried and true method can shape every body and fit any schedule. Pure Barre is a total body workout using the ballet bar to perform small isometric movements which burn fat, sculpt muscles, and create long, lean physiques. Sweat away the day and get lost in the music. Pure Barre Ridgefield, located at 86 Danbury Road. Like us on Facebook at Pure Barre Ridgefield.
School's out, the weather is hot, and the fish are biting. Whether you're heading to the beach or out on a boat, stop in at the dock shop before you go to fill your beach bag or tackle box with everything you'll need for fun in the sun. A new beach cover-up, some sunscreen, or just some bait, the dock shop has you covered from either location. 51 Tokenique Road, Darien, 609 Riverside Avenue, Westport. And yes, you heard that right. Bait is now available in Darien and Westport. The Dock Shop, 51 Tokenique Road, Darien, 609 Riverside Avenue, Westport. DockShop.com.
If you're watching this broadcast, you're not alone. The HAN network is available for 200,000 Connecticut cable customers on the Frontier network, and we've also reached more than 2 million viewers on our free live streaming sports, news, and entertainment broadcasts. To reach our rapidly growing audience, contact Advertising Director Jessica Murrin at 203-273-7312 or email jessica@han.network. If you've ever thought about owning a motor coach or learning about what it's like to travel the open road in superior style and comfort, then contact Dave's RV Center in Danbury, Connecticut. Offering the best quality Class A motorhomes from Newmar, travel trailers and fifth wheel lines from Surveyor, and a toy hauler line from Work and Play. Choose from Newmar's Gas Line, Baystar and Canyon Star, or from Newmar's Diesel Line, Ventana and Dutch Star. And with unparalleled service and maintenance, Dave's RV is committed to keeping you and your motor coach safely on the road and enjoying it to the fullest. Stop by their showroom, 2 Industrial Plaza Road, Danbury, Connecticut, or call 877-483-3866. If you've ever
Welcome back to this July 28th edition of your coffee break on the HAN network. Time to throw it over to Donald Lang to take a look back on this date in history. Don.
Well, Kate, it was the beginning of what you might call the relatively peaceful period. First, though, we go all the way back to 1364. The Battle of Cascina is fought between the city-states of Florence and Pisa, resulting in a Florentian victory. Now, the battle itself was not that significant, but it remains one of the great what-ifs in art history. You see, 150 years later, Michelangelo was hired to paint a fresco of the battle on the wall of the old palace in Florence. That's a drawing of it there. Note there is no fighting happening. He chose to draw soldiers bathing before the battle. And Leonardo da Vinci was to paint another battle on the opposite wall, essentially the greatest art throwdown in history, but it never happened. Da Vinci completed his painting, but it deteriorated badly. It no longer exists. Michelangelo never got beyond the sketching phase of his fresco. He had gotten a better offer by then, something about a ceiling. Now we go to 1868. The 14th Amendment adopted, reading that all persons born or naturalized in the United States are citizens of the United States and of the state in which they reside. The amendment also granted to all those citizens equal protection under the laws. It would unfortunately be another century before the concept of segregating society through separate but equal facilities would be abolished. 1945, in a heavy fog, a U.S. Army B-25 bomber on a training mission crashes into the 79th floor of the Empire State Building. 14 people killed, 26 more injured. The building's rugged construction, though, note the brick masonry on the outside there, kept its structural integrity intact. Finally, now we go to 2005, 12 years ago in Belfast for this.
My name is Shannon Walsh. I'm a Republican ex-prisoner and have been asked by the leadership of Óglaigh na hÉireann to read the following statement. The leadership of Óglaigh na hÉireann has formally ordered an end to the armed campaign. This will take effect from 4 p.m. this afternoon. All IRA units have been ordered to dump arms. All volunteers have been instructed to assist the development of purely political and democratic programs through exclusively peaceful means. Volunteers must not engage in any other activities whatsoever.
Was the Provisional Irish Republican Army announcing on this date in 2005 an end to hostilities in its campaign to split Northern Ireland from the UK and bring about a unified country. In 4 decades of paramilitary activity, 3,500 people had died, more than half of them civilians. Currently, Northern Ireland remains part of the United Kingdom, but with strong cultural and political ties to Ireland. That is your look back in history for today, July 28th, and I'm Donald Dang.
All right, thanks so much, Don. Well, in other local news, a groundbreaking ceremony last week marked the start of the renovation for the Darien Department of Public Works garage, a key facility for the town's public service and maintenance. That $6.3 million renovation will be overseen by a building committee under the purview of the Darien Board of Selectmen. Now, DPW Director Ed Gentile introduced a preliminary project proposal to the Board of Selectmen in May 2016, citing the deteriorating conditions of the existing garage, which was originally built in 1956. Now, the building has been updated over the years, including a 1993 expansion to provide some storage space for vehicles, the Department of Parks and Recreation, and the Board of Education. However, a feasibility study conducted on behalf of the department highlighted the failing state of the building's floors and other outdated safety measures, increasing the urgency for the project, according to officials. Well, Gentile said the current renovation is designed with a 20 to 25-year outlook, and the building structure is expected to have a life expectancy of 50 to 100 years. All right, let's throw it back over to Frank Granito for a Nutmeg Sports Update. Frank.
Thank you, Kate. And on Wednesday night, the HA Network was live at Trumbull High School for the New England Regional Championships in the Babe Ruth 14U division. As we mentioned yesterday, Trumbull moving on to the World Series in Glen Allen, Virginia, following a 4-2 victory over Hingham Hole from Eastern Massachusetts. We have highlights from that game that we're going to give you a look at right now.
First appearance, as he hits a fastball up the middle, takes a high hop and gets over Peter's head. Heading for home is Driley. He will score. They go to third and they gun down Doria before he can reach the bag, but our first run crosses the plate. It is an RBI single for Allen. Jack Allen might argue against that as he picks up his second hit this afternoon. Vicente swings at the first pitch. Moving back is Cashman. He's going to give it a throw towards home. That's cut off. Able to score is Doria. This pitch is swung on and hit. Walking in is Leonzi, heading for the plate as the throw is offline, and scoring is Jack Allen. Now it is Trumbull who is tearing up first pitches, and the lead is 4. As this one poked out towards left field, moving in and getting ready to shoot is Drolly. Throw towards the plate is well offline, and it gets away from Vicente. Allows the runners to advance to second and third as a grounder to Buda. Will let the run go home over to first and Teixeira. Good stretch to get the out. There are 2 away, and it is a 4-2 game with a runner on third. There is a huge lead as there's a slow roller in front of the plate. Up with it is West. He goes to first, and Trumbull has won the New England Regionals.
So congratulations again to the Trumbull 14U team, but now they need your help. They have started a GoFundMe page in hope of raising enough money to make the trip down to Virginia. You can see here it is gofundme.com/14U Babe Ruth. If you get a chance, go on, show your support, even if it's just liking the page to let Trumbull know that the state of Connecticut is behind them as they head on to the World Series in Glen Allen, Virginia. We're going to take one more break here on your coffee break. When we get back, Kate Czaplinski is going to take a look back at this week's top stories, and we'll have one more weather forecast before we send you packing for the weekend on the HAN Network.
Want a new experience in car buying? No aggravation, no confrontation, just answers to all your questions. Scap Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Car buying the way you want it to be. With one of the largest selections of new 2- and 4-door Jeep Wranglers available, we are Connecticut's Wrangler headquarters. Located in Fairfield, Connecticut, we're easy to get to. Just 2.5 miles off the Merritt Parkway, exit 44 via Route 58 South. Save thousands right now at the summer clearance event. Going on now through July 31st.
At InSports Trumbull, the game is always on inside. Registration is now open for our fitness training programs for high school athletes. The InSports Performance Center is offering blast speed classes, athletic functional movement assessments, and both men's and women's elite speed and strength training. Our premier programs help bring athletes to the next level. Call 203-268-1214 for more information. Like and follow us on Facebook.
Want a new experience in car buying? Scap Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram with one of the largest inventories of new 2- and 4-door Wranglers. We are Connecticut's Wrangler headquarters. Come visit our new Ram Truck Center. Browse our websites, scapchryslerjeep.com or scapdodge.net to find the new Jeep, Chrysler Dodge car, minivan, or Ram truck you've been looking for. Just 2 miles from both I-95 or the Merritt Parkway exit 44. Save thousands right now at the summer clearance event. Going on now through July 31st.
Celebrate summer with fresh made-to-order picnic boxes from Walter Stewart's Market. We have delicious summery selections from buttermilk fried chicken to grilled lemon chicken kebab, grilled shrimp Caesar salad wraps, or lobster salad rolls. Our easy-to-carry picnic boxes come with your choice of a meal, as well as a dessert, beverage, and utensils. Order online for simple pickup options. Walter Stewart's Market, 229 Elm Street, New Canaan, and online at stewartsmarket.com. A Better View Window Cleaning Plus has been cleaning glass all over Connecticut for over 20 years. They also specialize in cleaning chandeliers, mirrors, skylights, tiles, and will power wash anything that needs cleaning. They hold an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau and are fully insured and bonded. When you deal with the Better View, you're dealing with the best, not the rest. Call today for a free estimate, 203-284-8836, or visit them online, abetterviewcleaning.com.
I'm Tracy Masella, a licensed clinical social worker at Silver Hill Hospital in New Canaan. Join me each month as we talk with experts on the front lines of the treatment of mental health and addiction. Straight Talk with Tracy, a Silver Hill Hospital production, airs at 12 p.m. on the second Thursday of each month, here on the HAN Network.
Welcome back to this Friday edition of your Coffee Break on the HAN Network. We're taking a look now at the top stories across all of our news sites this week. And our most shared story of this week across all of our websites is that a 51-year-old Darien man has been charged with 2 felonies for providing alcohol delivery service for local teens. Now, for the past 2 months, Darien police have been investigating reports of a local man providing illicit substances to minors in and around Darien. Police were provided with evidence that the individual was taking orders for alcohol via text message and phone call, procuring it at local establishments, and then delivering it to teens from Darien at a substantial markup over the store cost. Now, through surveillance and investigation, police identified that man as Mark Yarish. Multiple complainants linked Yarish to transactions with local youth, and a warrant was put out for his arrest. He was taken into custody at his home on July 21st and charged with felony counts of providing alcohol to minors and risk of injury to a minor. He posted a $40,000 bond and was ordered not to have any contact with minors until his July 31st court date. Police are still continuing their investigation into Yarish's activities. And another top story this week is tragic news of a drowning in Milford of a man who was swept from the Charles Island sandbar. Firefighters, police, and DEP officials escorted a small all-terrain vehicle across the sandbar at Charles Island Sunday evening after a body was found on the island, presumably that of 28-year-old George Swaby, who was swept from the sandbar Friday around noon. Now, police announced via Twitter Sunday evening that the body had been located on the shore of Charles Island. The Department of Energy and Environmental Protection, the Milford Police, and fire officials removed the body to Silver Sands Beach, and the medical examiner's office was notified. The Milford Fire Department officially suspended the search and recovery efforts for the victim late last Saturday after a large portion of Long Island Sound near Charles Island was methodically searched by Marine and airborne units from multiple agencies. Side-scan sonar technology was used to try to locate that 28-year-old man, but was unsuccessful, officials said. Swaby, whom DEP officials said is from Bridgeport, was swept from that sandbar again last Friday. And a 19-year-old Wilton man was arrested by Wilton police on a warrant July 24th for sexual assault. It's alleged that he assaulted a 19-year-old female friend while she slept at his home back on June 19th. Police said Duncan O'Neill of 32 Fawn Ridge Lane was charged with sexual assault in the 4th degree. He was released on a $20,000 bond, and he's scheduled to appear in Norwalk Superior Court on August 3rd. And other big news this week was that for the third time this year, Stratford Mayor John Harkins has rejected a budget for the 2017-2018 fiscal year approved by the Stratford Town Council. Now, Harkins acted Tuesday to veto the $217.1 million spending plan that was passed at a July 13th special meeting. Harkins also vetoed the mill rate of 39.20 mils, which was an increase of 0.21 mils from the previous year. Harkins said Tuesday in his veto notice that the amended budget represents poor decision-making and will have a negative impact on the town of Stratford moving forward. Harkins said the assumption by the council to approve a budget with a $500,000 increase in state education cost-sharing funds is naive, if not reckless, given the uncertainty of the state's budget picture. But you can get the latest on that budget battle at StratfordStar.com. And finally, readers were interested to hear about a Milford bodybuilder who is still in amazing shape in her 50s. Donna Marie Schultz made local headlines many times when she was a younger woman and winning bodybuilding competitions for her chiseled muscles and strength. Well, she started around 1986 when she was just 21 years old, grabbing first place and the overall win in the New England Natural Bodybuilding Competition, sponsored by the Amateur Athletic Union, and capped her amateur career in 1998 when she took first place in the overall win in the Miss USA Eastern States competition hosted by the American Natural Bodybuilding Conference. Well, today Schultz is 52, married, and the mother of 2, and she's still in rockin' shape. Though she doesn't compete anymore, she still works at her body strength and wants other women to know that just because they're over 50, it doesn't mean it's too late to start getting in shape. You can read more about her amazing story at milfordmirror.com. Well, let's throw it over to Frank, get one final look at the forecast. Frank.
Thank you, Kate. Again, mostly sunny right now. We're seeing a little cloud cover. That will increase as we head later into the afternoon. A high of 83 expected for today, but it's going to be very humid out. Originally, what were supposed to be thunderstorms throughout the day are going to turn into some late night showers that will carry in to Saturday morning. Not as warm out on Saturday. Temperatures in the mid to high 70s, not as humid. We'll see on and off showers through the first half of the day. It'll be very windy as well. We're looking at gusts of upwards to 25 to 30 miles per hour. Clearing up overnight with a low of 60 degrees before what should be a beautiful Sunday around Fairfield County. Mostly sunny, less humid, a high of 81. And those conditions are going to carry in to the start of next week. That's going to do it for this weather update. We're going back over to Kate.
All right, Frank, good way to wrap things up. And we are going to wrap things up here on your coffee break. Of course, we'll be back Monday at 11 with the latest local news, sports, and more. And just wishing everyone a great weekend. Enjoy.